Hey, folks, and welcome to the Daily Ratings Weekly Movie News Podcast. This week's news brought to you by Festivals for Thee, but Not for Me. Yes, so the movie news this week, and I mean all the movie news this week, is based around festivals. Mainly the Venice Film Festival and Telluride, but also TIFF, which is happening this week, and then New York Film Festival, which is going on later this month. And all the talk of what's playing, what's not playing, standing ovations, letdowns, all of it. I mean, basically, for every single movie, you can find a report that it has a great reaction, it's got mixed reactions, and it's got poor reactions. So, I mean, the one broad consensus that I see is basically that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is quite good in his upcoming Benny Safdie movie called The Smashing Machine, and it looks like that he is in the pole position right now for the Oscar. But other than that, I really don't think it's worth getting into anything. I mean, hopefully the majority of us have the ability to see these movies when they're released, and hopefully we all go to see the good ones and don't go to see the bad ones. But unless you're special and get the invites to these festivals and the specialty screenings, we'll kind of leave those there for now. So now I have no news to share with you. So, I thought, why don't we just check out the box office for this year so far? The international, the domestic top 10s and such. So get ready for a bunch of numbers. But here we go. So first, the total global box office of 2025 so far. So literally every movie added up stands at $14.93 billion, which, for context, all of 2024 garnered $24.78 billion, and 2023 made $28.15 billion. So here at September 1st, only this year at around $15 billion, it doesn't seem too good, and yet the projections for this whole year is still holding at $33 billion. I don't know what movies are really coming out that are going to make that much money in the next 4 months, but seems kind of crazy. We'll see if it happens, though. And if it does, if all the movies rake in $33 billion this year, that's pretty good, especially, in this kind of post-COVID era. It's kind of getting back to normal-ish. Not quite there, but that wouldn't be too bad. So now let's talk top 10 movies in the States as far as the 1st of September goes. So the 10th highest grossing film in the U.S. is Thunderbolts with $109 million domestic dollars. Then Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning at $197. Captain America: Brave New World with $200 million even. Then a big jump to $263 for How to Train Your Dragon. Fantastic Four at $266. The fifth biggest in the U.S. so far is Sinners, making $278 million domestically, which is extremely good for that movie. No one saw that thing doing that well, so that's cool. We have Jurassic World Rebirth then with $338 million. Superman with $351. Second best this year is Lilo and Stitch with $423.3 million. And finally, number one in the States is a Minecraft movie with $423.9 million. That's crazy. I mean, both those films at $423 and just separated by $600,000 in the States. So now let's look at the global top 10. So this is international and domestic numbers put together. Number 10 is Captain America: Brave New World with $415 million. That movie ended up losing money for sure. Then Fantastic Four: First Steps with $506. Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning then with $598 million. And that movie for sure lost money. It has a projected budget of $400 million. And now some of that is for the marketing budget, but due to the massive delays they had in that, with all the strikes and everything, that movie was wildly over budget. But then, we have Superman, currently sitting at $611 million. F1, the movie, with a very good $613 million. Fifth best around the world was How to Train Your Dragon with $629. A massive jump to $855 million for Jurassic World Rebirth. Dinos sell, and they just continue to sell. And then we have another big jump for Minecraft, making a total of $957 million. Second best with Lilo and Stitch with $1.03 billion. And the biggest movie of 2025 so far is Niza 2 with $1.9 billion. So, but as far as the studios go, Universal, with their 17 films released so far, have earned $944 million. Then Disney, with their 9 releases, they made $1.5 billion, which is finally a better year for Disney. Not perfect. They could have done better, but definitely better than previous years. And then the highest grossing studio thus far is Warner Bros. So they have 11 releases as of September 1st, and where people were talking about firings going on over there in the first 3 months of the year because they were not doing great, they really started to hit it big. So they have raked in so far $1.59 billion, and they have sold the most tickets with 140,000 tickets sold. As far as genres go, horror made the third most money, then adventure, and then action takes the top earning genre, which kind of makes sense because you can have action drama, action adventure, action horror, so it is a very shared genre, so that kind of makes sense. And then drama just sits at number 4 then, by the way. PG-13 ranks supreme as an age rating goes. PG-13 films have made in the States $2.07 billion, and then PG right behind with $2.06 billion. And there have been way more rated R films that have come out in the States than any other rating, like way, way more, but still only enough to garner $1.6 billion. And okay, hey, that was fun. And here are some more box office numbers for you for how this past weekend went. So, the 5th biggest movie of this past weekend was the newly released film The Roses with $6.2 million. Number 4 was Freakier Friday with $6.6. Third was newly released Caught Stealing with $7.9 million. The second best film, hey-oh, we're going to need a bigger boat here, the 50th anniversary release of Jaws, raking in $8.2 million this weekend, so that's kind of cool. And lastly, the biggest movie this weekend was Weapons, yet again. That made $10.5 million, so still staying in the conversation there. Coming up this Thursday, Vincent Daly will be watching, rating, and reviewing. We only have 3 more Darren Aronofsky movies to cover on the podcast, so we are watching Noah from 2014, Mother! From 2017, and finally, Darren's new movie now in theaters, Caught Stealing. But that's it for your weekly movie news there, folks. We'll leave you today with a quote from an actor, Dwayne Johnson. "I can eat 2 large pizzas and a tray of brownies in one sitting, and I'm not sharing that. We can get another one, but I ain't sharing." And all right, folks, the Daily Ratings weekly movie news podcast, that was it. See you on Thursday.